estudiantes. Hoy es miércoles el 25 de noviembre. Today, you are going to take your prueba de palabras interrogativas, your question word quiz. You must do this today. So some people haven't been taking care of this on the day. When you are assigned a quiz, you need to take it on the day that it is assigned, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Also, vote for your favorite song for each round of Música Miércoles. This kind of wrap it up. So we were only able to get through that first round or that first level of the brackets. And so we're going to vote through from all those winners of each pair up. You're going to vote for your favorite of the tribe. Also, remember, I've gotten some really amazing Flipgrid responses. That is an assignment that is due tonight. Is actually an assessment of your speaking, and it's worth 10 points. That is due by midnight tonight. Please make sure to take care of that today if you haven't done that yet. Also, don't forget that the study guide. Many of you have completed a lot of it. That is due Monday. Um, Today, page 5 only was due, and I'll show you. I have the key for it, but pages 1 through 4. So it's kind of a lot of work, but you have today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday to do this, and it's due Monday morning. So please take care of that and uh, upload that by Monday morning at 9:30. Also, remember that the Lección Dos exam, there's a missing accent. Lección Dos exam is Tuesday. It's not Wednesday or Thursday. We are sticking with Tuesday because that's what the other teachers had decided to do, and we have to stay kind of with their plan besides what would we be doing. So we need to do that, okay? So again, you're going to take your quiz today. It's worth 20 points. You can use your notes. You only have one attempt. You have 35 minutes to take it. So again, it's 20 points. Read all the options before selecting your answer. Use your notes packet to double check things you're unsure of. If you have any extra time at the end, go back through that quiz and check your answers before you submit it. Remember, though, 35 minutes for 20 questions. All right, here are the places where you'll access. So our hora dos, hora cuatro, y hora cinco. Remember, if you're a distance learner, you were assigned an hour. You have to stick with those, okay? And don't forget that here are your access codes at the bottom. Here's the study guide key for page 5 that was due today. So you can look at the answers, which is kind of helpful. Maybe you want to do this before you take the quiz just to make sure that you are ready for the quiz. So maybe I'll put a little note to check this out before you take the quiz. And then one big thing I want to point out for you is in the culture section, remember we did the panorama. That was the slideshow activity that you had to do. It was worth 18 points. And there's a lot of information in it. And some people, even despite the fact that we had a glossary at the top of each slide, had some interesting answers. So I want to clarify something. So when they ask you what languages are spoken in Spain, Spanish is called Castellano, but you can call it Spanish or just Castellano. But there are also many languages. We have Catalan, Gallego, Valenciano, and Basque. Catalan, Gallego, and Valenciano, those are all, in Spanish, those are all related languages. So they're dialects of Spanish or they're dialects of each other. But Basque is an entirely different and unique language. The Basque country, or Euskera, they have their own culture, their own language, and they want to be independent from Spain, and Spain is not having it, and it's still Castilian. Spanish is still, the Spanish we know is Castilian, is still considered the official language of Spain, even though these people don't speak it and they don't understand it. So they want to become independent. And so there's been a big struggle for many, many years there. And then paella. I know I showed the video of paella. Remember that it can have different ingredients, but the base ingredients are rice, arroz, azafran, saffron, and then oftentimes mariscos, shellfish, and pollo. And then sometimes there's conejo, which is rabbit. It depends on the region. It's rare that they put it in there. So it's not automatically in there, just so you know. So for those that were like, I'd never try it because it's got rabbit, not always. In fact, you can even get a vegan variety of it. But paella takes a really long time. It's cooked in that huge pot. You're not supposed to stir it. So you're supposed to set it, forget it, for like 45 minutes or longer, depending on the size of the pot. And then El Prado. It was interesting. Some people, um, they translated the name of the museum. It's just called El Prado. It's not known as any other word, a name. So you wouldn't translate that to the English. The English means a meadow. That's technically what the word Prado means. But the museum is called El Prado, so you wouldn't change that into calling it the meadow. It is a famous museum. It's one of the most famous in the world. It's actually one of my favorites in the world, in Madrid, and it's the country's capital. And it houses many different famous paintings that are older paintings, which is kind of interesting because there are two museums. There's El Prado, and then there's the Reina Sofia. El Prado houses a lot of the older paintings from antiquity up through maybe into the 18th century. And then the modern stuff is actually kept at the Reina Sofia, Queen Sofia Museum, also in Madrid. So they're just a couple blocks away from each other. Both of them have amazing works of art, but if you want to go to see your Picassos, you go to the Reina Sofia. And then why is Spain so culturally and linguistically diverse? Like we just talked about, there are many different cultures and languages within the country. So some people had settled there from from African countries, from the Middle East, from Northern Europe. And so there's a wide variety of cultures and languages within the country for that reason. All right. I hope that helps you. I know that the culture part, this is really important because it is on the test, and there are going to be some questions about that. So review that panorama, read that again, and or listen to this video one more time before the test. Okay. Moving along. So remember, you have this Flipgrid assignment. This is due tonight at midnight or before midnight. It's worth 10 puntos. Many of you already finished this. Amen. But for those that still need to do that, please take care of that today. I am not showing them to everybody, so you won't see that you finished. When you finish, it'll say submit, you'll submit it and then it'll say that it's submitted and then be done. You can't go back and check it because I have decided not to make these visible to everybody because this is your first video. You'll be making more, and those will become visible to other people because you'll be able to comment on them, but not this time around because this is an assessment and I'm going to correct them. So I am not making them visible for other people to see. Also, on the next slide, remember, whoops, skip over Senora talking. We don't want to hear her. Okay. This is what your Flipgrid assignment looks like. Don't forget, you have all these questions. And then hora dos, here you can access your Flipgrid here. Hora cuatro, you can access yours here. And hora cinco, you can access yours there. So you're just going to be answering those questions. The video that I show is just me talking. I love what some students did. They had me playing in the background, and then they answered the questions, which feels a little more natural or organic, or I don't know what. But other people just said the answers, and that's fine too. Answering these questions and saying this number in Spanish. Watch your pronunciation. I am hearing some interesting numbers here, but make sure you know this pretty well, so prepare it in advance because it is graded and it goes into your summative category. So anyway, that is that. So take care of that by midnight tonight. Finally, remember that the rest of your purple study guide, that's this guy right here, is due 9:30 Monday. Okay, upload photos to Google Classroom when you're done with it. I will provide a key prior to the exam so that you can check your work. So I'll release that key next week. You have already completed page 5, so you can check that again and turned it in today. So now 1 through 4 are due Monday. The exam also includes that culture. We talked about this already that you learned in Panorama slideshow. So make sure that you go over that again, okay? And I think, okay, then we have Batalla de Música. The last thing is to vote. So all you have to do is just click on here We have all the winners and the pictures, and I don't know if she included the videos for each one of them, but the winners are there. You can vote for your favorite from the try. We're interested to see who is the winner of Música Miércoles. And that is it. So espero que tengan un buen Dia de Acción de Gracias. That means I hope you have a great Thanksgiving and time with your family. And we'll see you back on lunes. Hasta luego. Ciao.